Hello. As it's the end of 2019, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a review of the progress on Project Venimus. The website itself is published to yorkdeveloperevents.azurewebsites.net, which is a Docker container running up on Azure, and the initial site, as you can see, has got no data in it. Part of the solution contains an application called Create Initial Data, which reads in the markdown files which I've copied from the York Developer website, and we'll use that to actually create the initial groups. So each of these files, it will just read in the file, parse it, and then insert it into our MongoDB database. Okay. So now if we return to the website and refresh, you can see we reloaded in the initial groups. Now, without logging in or register, the user can find out some basic information about the groups, such as a description and the list of events. But in order to do anything, they really need to register or log in. So we do this using Auth0, which provides us logins using social media. And I've hooked up GitHub and Google at the moment, but other ones such as Facebook are available. So I'm going to log in with my GitHub account. So the first time you log in, we just ask the user for a bit of additional data and also just to check their details are correct. So this is their bio, to just a bit, so we can understand who the user is and whether or not we're going to accept or reject their request to join. And by default, we bring in the picture from the social media account you've picked, but you can also change your profile picture. Doing that sends a message to Slack where you can either approve or reject the request. I'm going to approve it in this case. And then the message updates to say I've been approved. So now I've logged in and I can move around the site. So there's no event set up at the moment. So what I'm going to do is create a new event for the .NET group. So at the moment, I don't have permission to create events for this group, but because I have a system administrator role, it means I can actually add a group administrator to this group. So I'm going to add myself. So we use this machine. Their screen name is the unique name. So now I'm an administrator of the .NET group. So if I go in, I've now got permission to create a new event. So events have a unique ID, so this becomes part of the URL. So we've got quite an annoying date time picker at the moment. So I think we're going to need to change this. We can put a maximum number of people we're allowed to come to the event, let's say 30. Can a member bring guests, i.e. can they bring people who aren't registered on the site? Well, we might allow that. Will there be food provided at the event? If we say there's food at the event, then we can ask the attendees whether they've got any dietary requirements. And then we've got a description of the event, which I can copy from here. So this is in Markdown, and which we then convert into HTML. And then you can also ask any additional questions. So we'd like to give a talk in the future. Oops, wrong year. Okay, so then now we've got an event that exists. And we can go and look at some more detail of the event, and you can see our markdown's been nicely rendered. So then as a user, I can now, well, as an administrator, I can edit the event details, but as a user, I can join a individual group. So I might be interested in joining the Code and Coffee group. And you can see I'm now a member of that and the .NET group. So I might decide I want to attend the .NET York event. So I go in here, look at the event, and say I'm going to register for it. So because we added that custom question, we get asked this here. Yes, about project. And we say guests are allowed, so the user can say how many guests they're going to bring. So I'm going to bring 2. And if they've got any dietary requirements, maybe cannot drink milk. So when I click on my events, you see the list of events you're signed up to. You can go back in and change your details. And because I'm an administrator, you can also see the list of other people who are attending the event. So this needs to be expanded to also show their answers to the custom questions. If you're not an administrator, I think you can still see people attending the event, you just won't be able to see all their details. As a system administrator, I can also create new groups. So again, you need to have a unique ID, which channel it relates to in Slack, whether it's active, i.e. can users join the group, or is it a group that's going to become active in the future, or maybe one that's no longer running. And you have a logo for the group as well. And that's it for the moment. Thank you.